Greetings. Welcome to So Much to Talk About. My pleasure to have Hall of Fame point guard, New York City point guard, Mr. Nate Tiny Archibald. Pleasure.
Nice meeting you.
Nice to meet you.
Okay.
Sir. And I mean, you've been dropping so much history and science on all of us. And I wanted to talk about New York City. We've had some point guards, though, that have not fulfilled their potential like you did. Why is that, actually?
I think that, you know, you got so many people in New York, and when we talk about, let's go back with the guards. I've been around, you know, New York City basketball for a long time, and I think it's unfortunate for me to say this, but the opportunities for those guys to go to school and get a free and affordable education was there. Guys opted to leave situations very early, I think too early, didn't give their game a chance to develop and enhance. I always tell people that I guess I was fortunate and lucky. I wasn't blessed with a lot of basketball talent and ability, but I had good coaching and good mentorship. And I think that when I was growing up, there wasn't any ESPN 1, 2, Classic and stuff like that. We only had maybe 5 or 6 local TV networks, so we didn't get a chance to watch all the teams, all the colleges, all the NBA games, all the NBA teams. So my concentration was to go out there, and if I did get a chance to watch a game, try to go out and emulate some of the things that I saw. I think the best time that Nate Archibald had was playing high school basketball and going on to college, okay, because I think that was a learning, stepping stage for me, okay? I think that when people look at some of the people up here, they think that there was a gift and there was a talent. I think that I tell people there was more development, okay, and enhancement with me than probably anybody else. I think coaching had a big, major influence on me learning, first of all, the game, because I tell people it was about learning and appreciating. It wasn't about playing, okay? Everybody thinks, I'm going to go out there and play and I'm going to get better. It was about playing, but it was about learning, playing, understanding, appreciating, and then accepting, okay? And there's so many other variables that go with that, but I think I was fortunate and lucky that I had good coaching. Fortunate and lucky that I didn't get any major injuries, because I wasn't a big player anyway, but just fortunate and lucky that when people talk about city championships, and I tell kids this all the time, and they look at me like, you know, I got 6 heads, okay? I tell them that I was on teams, okay, that won city championships, and they look at, no, you was the man. No, I was on the team. Okay, I was a member of that team that won, and I appreciated being a part of that, because when I was going to D with Clinton, it was all boys school. You're talking about 4,000 or 5,000 guys or boys who were trying to be young men, and I said there wasn't any girls there, okay? But the competition was fierce, like any other situation in high school. But I got to appreciate making the team and being on the team, being a member. Because people think, oh, I won city championships, you scored and all. No, I was on the team. We had 2 different coaches, 2 different personalities, and then you get a chance to go to college, free and affordable education. I grew up in the Patterson Projects, which is in the South Bronx. My mother and father separated early, and my mother couldn't afford for any of us to go to college, pay. So we got a chance to, through some hidden ability, to go, and I appreciate it, and I appreciate her. But when I look at the talent today, I tell people, and I can argue all day, all night for 10 years, that the talent today, all over the world, especially I'm in New York City, is better. The kids are better, okay? They learning the game younger. They appreciating all of those things that we talked about. All the variables we talking about, they appreciating the game, they learning the game, the enhancement is there. But the foundation is not sound, okay, because they're leaving situations too early thinking, okay, that they belong in the elite part of basketball, and some are ready and most of them are not. And we losing a lot of those kids. And people like Sonny Hill, who's up here, who will get an award, Floyd Lane, Hilton White, so many guys, okay, coaches that coach AAU, okay, are trying to instill in our youngsters that you have to get an education. Basketball is an education in itself, but you have to get an education because when all fails, jumper's not working. I can't penetrate and lay somebody up. You know, I can't block a shot. I can't rebound. All physical tools are gone, okay? You still have the basketball, and you might have the intelligence to know that I have to go back to school and get my degree. Even guys who play in this league 15 to 20 years, okay, when their skill, basketball skill, is over, they go back and say, you know, I went to so-and-so and so, and I got my degree. Now I have to change. I have a change in my life, and I have to change the direction. Maybe I can't get into the basketball market, and I have to do something, and I have my degree. So that gets me in some of the doors.
I wanted to ask you one more question about the NBA today. Which players are really impressing you from the standpoint of how they approach the game?
I think the number one guy, and I might get some slack on this, is Kobe Bryant. I think that when I look at players, I look at Kobe as one of not many, okay, because there's only one other guy, and I'm not going to say his name. He played for the Chicago Bulls that had that approach to the game.
You'll be inducted next year.
I will go out, work on my game. I want to feel with confidence, and he wasn't overconfident, but he had confidence. Everybody say he was overconfident. He had confidence, and he had the desire to go out and not just play the game, okay, to go out and destroy opponents, make a statement that no matter what you do or how you do it, I'm going to still be the best. And I think Kobe is probably the up-and-coming Michael, because he has, I think, the same attitude and the same desire to go out and, first of all, physically work on himself, mentally prepare himself, go out and say, you know what, I could carry this team. Even though when he won championships, he was with Shaq. Okay, he got close this year, but I think he's the closest guy that I see that could single-handedly take over a game because of not just his physical presence, but mentally how he prepares himself, and also about his association now with his teammates. He can depend on them, and he doesn't have to take, I call, the bulk of the scoring and the responsibility all on his shoulders to know that I have to do this all by myself. And then on the flip side of that, Kobe, and there's some guys like LeBron James, who's I think is going to be fantastic.
D-Wade too.
Yeah, we're going to be talking about those guys, and D-Wade. I look back at what they did in the Olympics, and I think that, you know, people say it was a team game. Yes, it was, but there were certain guys that took it personal. Okay, that we're going to win this. We're going to keep this team together no matter what. They're not in Madison Square Garden. You're not in the Staples Center. Okay, you on foreign soil and foreign turf, and people can be cheering for you, but there's a lot of people that are cheering against you, okay, because they don't want you to win. And I think that because of the past history of, and it wasn't the dream team, the teams that represented the United States, it's a global game and everybody's getting better. So it's a strong mental approach to the game. But Kobe, to me, is number one. Then LeBron is coming up. D-Wade is in that mode. But Kobe, both sides of the floor. He's great on offense, and he'll guard the toughest offensive guy on the other end. He'll take that challenge. So I'm going with my man Kobe Bryant. I saw him as a youngster, and we met long time ago, and he keeps reminding me of that when he was kind of a little guy, okay, over in Italy when his dad was playing, okay, Joe Bryant, when his dad was playing. And I met Kobe early on, and he doesn't know me, you know, like that now, but he said, I remember you came over there and talked to my dad and stuff, and he says, wow, that's all he says. And I said, no, I'm going to tell you this. Wow, my brother, because tough dude. He said, well, can you? I said, I'm not comparing anybody, but your dad was never like you, my brother.
Well, Mr. Archibald, thank you for your time, sir. Thank you so much. And
Thank
to being
you.
so much to talk about.
Okay. All right.